In a world with increasing uncertainties, global conflicts, civil unrest, pandemics, food shortages, power outages, and natural disasters, let us help navigate you down the path to becoming a prepping fool.
Hey everyone, welcome to and back to the Prepping Fool. Thank you for joining me with this video. As you see in the background, we've got an EcoFlow system here. We've got two of the EcoFlow Delta Ultra Pros with one battery each. I just did an exercise and just did a test run, make sure everything's running. Once a month we drain the batteries down to about 20% or so. So we're doing all of that. As you see, we've got the EMP shield on this also. So today, our garage was a mess, trying to get ready for hurricane season, trying to make it easy. We have some stored water and stuff like that. So what I did today was not a big task, but I built the shelf here. There was just a big pile. Corner was a catch-all for everything. So what I did was I screwed a couple of 2x4s to the wall, tap condom to the outer block wall, screwed them into this existing 6-foot shelf there, pretty heavy duty. And then I have our 55-gallon water bucket underneath of it, have it on a moving dolly so it's easy to move, gave it a little bit of extra room so that the pump can fit. We can move that out of there pretty easy. We have the hand truck that kind of stores under there. A little afterthought, probably should have raised it another inch. I didn't think of putting that under there until after it was done. And then of course we can hold up to 12 7-gallon water jugs. I have 10 of them up top and those are all pretty full. I think there's one or two that are not full, but we are getting ready for hurricane season. I'll probably cycle through the water again, re-sanitize everything and get that going. And then the next project is we're going to be tying in the solar to this over here. So I've got to get the solar panels running and get the wires into the house so that we can charge these pretty easily. I guess it's pretty easy just to take some PV wire and just plug them into the Delta, to the Delta Pros there. But want to do things a little bit easier where it's more of a permanent mount, and then we can also just run an array to these pretty easily. I just like being able to isolate everything. So I hope this gave somebody a little bit of motivation to get ready for your prepping, your prepping scenario. Ours right now is hurricane season. I realize there's a lot more going on in the world than just that. So we have a little bit of this and a little bit of that to take care of that. So the next thing, like I said, is going to be the solar panels. I'm going to try to get that set up. And then also our generator. I've got it behind here. I got a little more cleaning here. Here's the PV wire, 10 gauge PV wire that we're going to be running for the solar panels. Behind here, we've got our 13,000 watt dual fuel Duramax generator. I'm getting ready for the oil change. That's going to be coming up probably next weekend. And then I've got a couple of the extra boxes here that we're going to be using for this. So a little bit at a time. Rome wasn't built in a day. And this is, just something that I've got to knock off my to-do list. So if anyone has any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I'd be happy to answer them. Thank you for watching. This is the Prepping Fool, over and out.